Oh, I feel like the Spice Wolf fans are gonna cancel me for this joke, but I gotta do it. They say don't lewd the wolf, but damn it, I'm lewding the wolf. This week we learn Holo's deepest and darkest secret. She likes to eat the ass. No, but for real, man, like, I have to make that joke. The fact that they start this episode off with her talking about how she bit some dude's ass back in the day and how, like, she made it clear that she's like, I didn't kill him, I just bit him on the ass because he was rude, was just comedy gold. But it's funny with Spice and Wolf fans, man, and I love it. I absolutely do. Because, like, when I first started talking about this, I mean, there's some pretty provocative imagery of Holo in this anime, and, I'd have people be like, damn, it takes a lot to lewd the wolf. And I'm like, the wise wolf is just sitting there naked. What do you expect me not to do with these thumbnails, damn it? But honestly, what an episode, man. Like, this was good. It flew by. The economic stuff still amazing. We swindle a swindler once again, but we end in a pretty insane way with Holo finding her natural enemy. Now, initially, I was like, oh shit, you know, she's like, there's someone up ahead I don't like, and I'm thinking we're actually gonna deal with the sorcerer. And I'm like, girl, you're just mad because she's your natural enemy of not letting you eat the sheep. I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with Holo here. Unless she turns out to be a psycho, I mean, I think Holo's in the wrong. And maybe that's actually what's going to get me canceled amongst Spice and Wolf fans. But great episode, man. Of course, I have full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full link of thoughts to this latest episode or any of these episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. So, first things first, let's talk about the shepherd stuff. So, the first thing in this episode is we have a shepherd. Person blows the horn and the wolves go away. And it kind of sets the stage of, you know, something's going to happen. And on our drive out of the city that we're in, Holo's like, she's real mad. And I think it's a double whammy. One, she's jealous. She's definitely jealous that Lawrence's eye got caught by someone else. But most importantly, it does seem like that bell on her, like, I don't know, staff thing, walking stick, whatever you want to call it. It feels like it's a natural born enemy. That Holo, as a wolf, and this has been a common thing about Spice and Wolf, is that Holo does think like an animal about how to act and behave. And for her, as she says, like moments prior to that, she's like, oh, I could go for some raw meat right now. I could just go rip into an animal right now. Like, that's just her because she is an animal at the end of the day. Even if she can speak to us like a person, she has more animalistic behavior than anything. So someone whose entire job is to make her not able to do that would seem like the enemy, of course. And I think this could provide for some interesting drama if Lawrence has to chill her out because he's like, this person's doing her job, and then she's like, what are you talking about? Wolves should be free to eat what they want, right? It's like, it's gonna be interesting because the food chain's gonna get a little more complicated here, but I believe they'll work through whatever issues could be there. But it still all boils down to, I think Holo wants to bite someone in the ass, if not more right now, and Holo's an ass enthusiast, what can you say? But the slanted table was really cool. I knew something was off, but when he initially said, like, hey man, do you have a scale? I'm like, oh, maybe he's not actually trying to scam us, because if he's allowing our boy to use a scale of his own, then he probably isn't trying to scam you. Very quickly, you realize that it doesn't matter if he had his own scale or not, whether he wanted to use a rigged scale himself or he used a completely legit, the slant of the table will make it so that you would have to use a lot more pepper, depending on the positioning of it, to match the gold bar or whatever it was he was using as a counterweight. Meaning, this man was going to make a lot more money on our pepper than he should have. Lucky for us, drunken Holo, who was getting crunked out of her mind on water, was like, ooh, I'm so tipsy, is it just me? And you see how the water falls. So brilliant, and I love how not only do we come out on top for the value that our pepper was worth, we also get some goddamn store credit for armor. And what I like about the whole, like, economic side, like stuff with tariffs and stuff, even if you don't really know a lot about that stuff, about importing fees and stuff like that, it makes so much sense with the way he explains it, because he's talking about how, like, hey, pepper can only go up so much in value, and then at a certain point, the tariff fees and everything like that would just make it pointless to do. So it's better to sell it now and get something like, say, the armor, in terms of, because of, you know, oncoming battles or wars or whatever is coming up naturally. Like, it just makes more sense to have that in our cart rather than the pepper at this stage. The fact that rather than Lawrence just being the type of guy to be like, okay, I trade you this and I get bag of gold. Now I have bag of gold and I buy apples. I buy apple pie, whatever it is, right? It's like, yeah, he does need money, but he also recognizes that it's more valuable as a merchant to have merchandise because, oh, I'm going to this location. They really are in need of armor. It's going to be worth more to sell armor there than it is pepper. So I'll sell the pepper now, get some armor. It's a chain that continuously builds money for him in a realistic way. The unfortunate thing for him is he has a quote-unquote wise wolf who wants to blow through their emergency fund real quick. This girl, I understand the distaste for maybe the stale bread, but as he says, just because we have money to spend right now, if we spent it like we had unlimited, we would be broke probably in a week's time. And the fact that she guilt-tripped him into buying oil, it's like, I can't tell if Lawrence has just a very needy wife or a emotionally manipulative daughter, because Jesus, man, he couldn't say no, but it's like, he's like, girl, do you know how much I spent on you? My poor boy's gonna go broke. I love Holo, man, but damn, she's too good at what she does, you know? I think my favorite part about Holo's character is the subtle cues they do with her character. Her VA is fantastic. There's, it's around the midway point of the episode where she basically passes out on the bed, and her VA is just so expressive, as if she actually just had a long day in the office. She's like, oh, just like, it's not this like mundane, I'm performing a character. You believe the VA is Holo, but it's the mannerisms, the way she'll be like biting her nails, she'll be petting her tail, her ears will fold down. At one point she has like the headgear on or whatever, right? The little hood. And you see her ears like wiggling underneath it, or the tail, like, it's just, the little details go a long way to make her feel so filled with a personality. You don't just feel like, oh, here's the wolf waifu of the season. You say, here's Holo. She is so precious, she's so complex, she's a little frightening, but the complexity to her character and how the animation and art direction hold it just as well as the VA does. It matches that writing quality. It's so good. Now, of course, we do kind of have like a Fullmetal Alchemist, the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood situation going on here. So people who have only seen the original anime are saying, oh, this is way different than the original anime. But then I have sorcerers saying, actually, it's completely matching the source material. In the original anime, they made original character, or they did this or that, you know? Like, so basically, we're in a very similar situation that FMA fans went through when Brotherhood came out, and some people still preferred the original Fullmetal Alchemist, but at the end of the day, I mean, one fact is confirmed, and I continuously see it from source readers. This is a source-accurate adaptation, which a lot of source readers were really hoping we'd get. So, you know, we're in good territories. I love the sharp and consistent art direction. The animation is expressive, and a show about economics should never be this fun, but damn if it is fun. But most important thing to remember about this episode, Holo eats ass, and that is now canon. I hope I triggered at least one person by looting the wise wolf. Let me know what you thought down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell so you get notified when I upload more. And like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Conrad Sosin, Sovereign, Antonio Rose, Tobias Reinhold, Jonas Welbling, and we also have Flavdork414. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.